Good evening, ladies and gentle people of YouTube land. This video is going to get horribly long and boring and blame Bruce, okay, blame Bruce. Bruce responded to a challenge from Rusty Glovebox, who responded to a challenge from Cutworm, who undoubtedly responded to a challenge from somebody. The 7-question tag. Tag, of course, is the German word for day, so it's a 7-question day, perhaps. Anyway, let me put this out of the way, otherwise I'll fall over it. It'll make a noise when we don't want it to. Right, the idea of the 7-question tag is that YouTube people talk a little bit about themselves, a little bit about why they YouTube, what they do, how they came to do it, and so on and so forth. And there are 7 questions. Now, I am not famous for conforming to anything, and I'm going to actually take them in a different order. Will I ever leave YouTube? Bruce said, well, yes, he will when he dies. And that's the same for me. 2 certainties in life, tax and death. I will stop making videos around about then. If I make any after it, that will answer quite a few questions for some people. Did I make my own intro, outro? Well, I don't really do intros and outros. I waffle too long and our lives are too short, so I tend to sort of get straight into the waffle, and every now and then I use a thumbnail. It may be a thumbnail from one of my own pictures. Sometimes I do use images that I found somewhere on the internet that seemed comical or appropriate. What camera do I use? I use a Sony HD Handycam. I've used several of those in the past. They tend to live in my coat pocket. They live a hard life. They get bashed about and eventually they stop working. I found that if you drop them in salt water, they stop working. Thumbnails, covered thumbnails. Have I covered some? Yes, covered thumbnails. How long have I been making and posting videos? I've actually had a wonderful little session on the computer looking to work that one out for you. I posted my first video to YouTube on March the 30th 2010. I'm working from a prepared text. March the 30th 2010, so that's 6.5 years ago. If you want to look it up, it's called Ypres. That's spelt Y-P-R-E-S. It's on the Harry Faber channel. It was made using a proprietary filmmaker that uses still photos and puts a tune over the top of them. It's not particularly good. There's much better videos about Ypres, which is a town in Belgium, which is very close to the interests of a lot of Englishmen. So yeah, I've been on for some time. Channel name. Right. Amongst the YouTube family, there are some of you who, because of your interests, because of your backgrounds, we've exchanged emails, we've met. I've met a couple of other YouTubers. Famously, of course, I've met Bruce. I met another one. I was walking through the churchyard in Benfleet and the chap said, "Are you Harry?" Now, I'd got a camera in my hand and I was pointing it at something, and I looked at him and I said, yes, I am Harry, and he said, oh, I'm Follow the Cat, he said. Follow the Cat. He's made and posted a few videos about his interests. He's got a catamaran, he sails it around the Thames and such like. Nice chap, we stood and chatted, his dog got bored listening to us and we shook hands and parted. But those of you that know me know that Harry Faber is not my real name. And I regret that I'm not going to, on here, tell you my real name. And there's a sad and miserable reason for that. I work for a company that has a very strict social media policy and a strict policy on employees bringing the company into disrepute. And if you've got a mouth like I have, there is a serious risk that whether on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, there's a serious risk that I'm going to say something that the company is going to say, oh, no, you can't say that and work for us. Simple choice, you either don't say it or you don't work for us, or you do something to completely disassociate yourself from the company. So I worked out a name which is, in some ways, it's a translation of my real name. Those of you that know it have been absolutely magnificent and haven't publicly revealed it. We use it in correspondence. But yeah, Harry Faber, it's a made up name. It's my nom de plume. Right. What I wanted to spend time talking about is, why do I YouTube? I think that is actually the most important aspect of this challenge.